Okay, I want to talk you through some of the aspects of how to do your outline, and I'm hoping this video tutorial will help you. So the first thing is, when you look at your thesis, I like it. You clear and to the point, you're answering the thesis question. Ancient Greek sports were influential in many ways. So what you need to make sure you do, every single analysis statement that you do develop needs to answer this thesis. This is what you're trying to prove through the whole writing, okay? So the first thing is you develop what is your supporting detail statement, which is this A statement that you see right here. What you're doing is you're introducing what your fact will be about. That's why you actually found the fact first. So what I would actually recommend you do is add to this. Make sure you write in past tense, so this is should be was, unlike in English class. And you would say, one of the ways ancient Greek sports were influential was through the Olympics, period. Then your specs, which I like, the ancient Olympians were held every 4 years during a religious festival honoring Zeus. I like that. It's a little vague. I would say you could add a little more detail and describe what kind of sports they took part in, but I noticed that's going to be your next topic, so I don't want to take away from that. So now what you need to do in your analysis statement, you would state the Olympics were influential because why? Why do you think that this specs that you put on your paper proves this thesis up here that you're trying to prove? You know, you want to think about the idea that common knowledge, we have the Olympics every 4 years. So you can say something like the Olympics was influential in many ways because this is an event that still continues to be held every 4 years. Not a religious event, but it definitely is still had as a sports competitive event. And you have to remember, the early Olympics were held as a unification for all the city-states to send their top athletes to compete. So if you can find a fact and add that to your specs, that would actually improve what you're trying to say, and then you can offer the analysis like I just said. So then when you go on to B, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to say, this time you want to put in a transition. So you would say another way that Greek were influential were the events that took place at the Olympics. That introduces me to what your specs will be about. And your specs is going to be about the events at the Olympics. And then your analysis will go to explain, why do you believe those events that you've put as your specs are so influential to history? I would encourage that you think about choosing events that took place that we still, that are still taking place today, that are recognizable to you. For instance, running and wrestling are still common events that take place in schools and at Olympic events today. Remember though, what I told the class was in your analysis, you don't just simply want to say we still have it today. You need to explain to me why you think it's influential to history. For the other specific examples, I talked to you and your partner about possibly thinking about the training, thinking about, other games that they might have had that you found access to. Think about the education system that the Greeks had. Remember, they emphasized not only learning about subjects, but the Athenians actually emphasized training in gymnastics, wrestling, boxing, as did the Spartans. So if you can find a specs about that, that would enhance your outline. And then remember, you're doing A, B, C, D, and E, and then you need a closing sentence to wrap it all up. So I hope this video helps you a little bit with the tutorial. And obviously, as you add more to it, I will gladly offer some feedback via comments through Google. Good luck, and please email me if you have any questions.